LPBW's Amy Roloff enjoys date night with husband Chris Marek. Love him so much. Hello viewers, I am Elena. Welcome back to my channel. USA Daily History for Roloff family latest news update. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon. Amy Roloff enjoyed a fun night out with her husband, Chris Marek. On Instagram, Thursday, the 57-year-old Little People, Big World shared a selfie the couple took while on a date. Date night before I left to travel to Michigan for a few days to see family and friends. She captioned the post, "Love him so much and miss him when I'm away. One of our favorite places. Pizzerio." Roloff and Marek got engaged in September 2019 after 3 years of dating. Last August, they tied the knot at Roloff Farms, a venue solely owned by Amy's ex-husband, Matt Roloff. "Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together," Amy previously told People of her wedding. "I'll have the rest of my life with Chris, and that makes me smile." Amy also provided insight on life after their wedding, sharing that married life is going great. "Chris and I have known each other for 5 years, and we've been engaged for a little over 2 years," she added. "I think it just solidified everything when we got married and said, 'I do.' It just brought it all together and reaffirmed what we already hoped for and knew. And here we are." The couple spent their honeymoon in Maui, Hawaii. At the time, Amy revealed on her Instagram story that they had a great time. Recently, the twosome got to celebrate their first New Year's Eve together as a married couple. Amy shared a photo from their celebration, in which the couple wore party hats and posed with a giant New Year's Eve sign. "That's all, folks. It's been a good year and a crazy year," she wrote on Instagram. "I got married to this wonderful man, my friend and love, and I became a grandma again for the 5th and 6th time. I'm over the moon thankful. Now 2022, I may not feel ready for but I'm going to give it my all," she added. Happy New Year, everyone. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek reveal the one thing they do differently at their wedding. "I think the wedding day for me turned out perfectly," the Little People, Big World star, 56, tells People exclusively ahead of her and Marek's 2-hour wedding special, Amy and Chris Happily Ever After, airing Tuesday on TLC. "It was decorated just like I wanted it to." But Roloff, who wed Marek, 55, on August 28 at Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon, does say she would focus more on herself and her husband if a do-over was an option. "Even though we had our family and friends and stuff like that they're there for us," she says. "I don't need to cater to that. I need to cater, probably, a little bit more to Chris and IAs for Marek." He says he would have given himself more downtime on the day of the ceremony. "Amy did most of all the work, so there isn't really anything that I had to do or would do differently, except that I regret that I didn't get more time to relax before the ceremony," he says. "I was still working up a sweat just getting ready for the ceremony that day. I was still picking up items and running to the farm and getting things set up. The ceremony started at 3. I wasn't even able to get cleaned up and show up at the farm until 2 o'clock. I still had to change into my suit, so I was pushing it." That said, the newlyweds are both in agreement that the wedding was a total hit, and Roloff's favorite moment was a special one indeed. "When I walked out of the barn door and saw my dad sitting there," she recalls. "It was a warm afternoon, and so he wasn't sure whether he'd walk me down the full length or halfway, amid his recent health issues. I looked at him sitting there, waiting for me to come to him. Then when I met up with him, my eyes went directly to Chris and his handsomeness in that suit. It was like the people around us faded away." Marek remembers how gorgeous Roloff was in her gown. He was also grateful that her dad was able to walk her down the aisle, saying, "Not too many guys my age get to still have the father of the bride give her away." He gave a nice, short little speech when he got up to me, when he handed her over. "It was special," he continues. "I'm glad I got to have that connection, that moment with him." Now, Roloff and Marek have truly entered marital bliss. "Married life is going great. Chris and I have known each other for 5 years, and we've been engaged for a little over 2 years. I think it just solidified everything when we got married and said, 'I do,' she says. "It just brought it all together and reaffirmed what we already hoped for and knew. And here we are." Marek says it feels like a weight has lifted off the couple. We got past the wondering stage. Are we doing the right thing? But now that we've done it, there is no more wondering, he says. We're still in that fun stage. We're leaving on our honeymoon to Maui, Hawaii, next week. So we're having fun getting ready for that. First photos from Chris Marek and Amy Roloff's wedding released. Amy Roloff and Chris Marek are married. The couple's wedding took place on Saturday, August 28, 2021, at Roloff Farms in Oregon. 2 years after they got engaged, they ultimately decided to have their wedding on the farm. Even though Amy no longer lives on the property due to concerns surrounding the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Much of the wedding planning and decision-making has been featured on the current season of TLC's Little People, Big World. It was challenging, planning a traditional wedding and all that typically goes into that, to what we want to have at our wedding. Sometimes it felt like the two clashed at times for me. But in the end, it's about the two of us, Chris and I. It's about combining our two lives together into one and sharing it with our family and friends, she added. The outlet released the very first photos from Roloff and Marek's special day. Since then, more photos have been released. Roloff chose a perfectly tailored white gown designed by Justin Alexander for her second wedding. Meanwhile, Marek looked dapper in a black tuxedo with a peach-hued boutonniere that matched the flowers in Roloff's bouquet. According to People magazine, there were 147 people in attendance, including all of Roloff's kids and grandkids. Roloff and Marek exchanged vows in a gazebo on the Roloff Farms property. And while the wedding had many traditional elements, the couple made a few tweaks here and there. For example, People reports that Roloff opted to walk down the aisle to a song called Heart to Heart, as opposed to the traditional bridal march, Here Comes the Bride. Following the wedding ceremony, the couple partied the night away with guests inside a huge tent that was set up on the property. They chose the song at the end of the day for their first dance. Tori Roloff took to Instagram to congratulate her mother-in-law and Marek on their wedding day. The Little People, Big World star also shared some great pics from the day, including pictures of her own kids, Jackson and Lila. Amy Roloff had previously asked Tori and Zach if Jackson could serve as ring bearer at her wedding, according to Us Weekly. I got a big question to ask of you. I want you to be in Minnie's wedding, Amy said in an episode of the family's reality show that aired in July. Amy also asked granddaughter Ember Roloff to serve as flower girl. The daughter of Jeremy and Audrey Roloff wore a pink dress and a crown of flowers as she walked down the aisle alongside her first cousin Jackson. Audrey, who is pregnant with her third child, shared some photos and videos of the kids, who hardly left each other's side the whole night, to her Instagram stories. Amy Roloff to celebrate 1 year of marriage with Chris Marek on wonderful amazing trip in Italy. The Little People, Big World star, 57, who wed Marek, 60, on August 28, as the two spent a fun-filled date night together. She first posted a picture of the pair together starting their night off at an RV show to her Instagram story. Before heading to Cirque du Soleil, we stopped by the RV show. Roloff wrote, "Oh my goodness, so many different styles/options." She then took fans along on her date night, posting another snap with Marek as the two grabbed some food at the Pocket Pub in Portland. After the RV show, we stopped by this cute pub downtown PDX. At Pocket Pubs, she wrote over the picture, "A great place. I loved it." Roloff also added at the bottom of the post, "A fun date night with my guy." The TLC star married Marek in August 2021 at Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon. Reflecting on their wedding, Roloff admitted that the only thing she would change would be focusing more on herself and Marek. "Even though we had our family and friends and stuff like that they're there for us," she told POPL in November 2021. "I don't need to cater to that. I need to cater, probably a little bit more to Chris and I." Roloff also shared her favorite memory of the day, a special moment with her dad as he got ready to walk her down the aisle. "When I walked out of the barn door and saw my dad sitting there," she recalled at the time. "It was a warm afternoon, and so he wasn't sure whether he'd walk me down the full length or halfway, amid his health issues. I looked at him sitting there, waiting for me to come to him. Then when I met up with him, my eyes went directly to Chris and his handsomeness in that suit. It was like the people around us faded away. Roloff said the marriage was going great already, sharing how the couple was in their fun stage. And judging by their most recent outings, it seems the fun has continued. In 2020, Roloff moved away from Roloff Farms following her 2016 divorce from ex Matt, after raising 4 children with her ex. Twins Jeremy and Zach, both 32, daughter Molly, 29, and Jacob, 26, and running pumpkin season for years. Roloff said goodbye to the property she long called home. Though the wedding took place at the farm, and Matt is the sole owner, he did not attend the wedding, with Marek noting in an episode of Little People, Big World that his attendance could be awkward for some people. Little People, Big World's Amy Roloff enjoys fun night out with husband Chris. Love date nights. On Instagram Monday, the Little People, Big World star shared photos from the couple's fun date night at an Oregon Symphony concert. Her post included a photo of the orchestra on stage, as well as a selfie of her with her husband, Zero, at PS Fun Evening Oregon Symphony, with friends. Roloff, 60, captioned the post. Love date nights with Chris. Roloff and Marek tied the knot in August 2021 at Roloff Farms in Hillsboro, Oregon. Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together. Roloff told People of the twosomes' wedding. I'll have the rest of my life with Chris, and that makes me smile. I'm thrilled I get to spend the rest of my Valentine's Day with this man. She wrote on Instagram in February. Love you, Chris. Thanks for being my love, friend, and forever Valentine. In March, Roloff gave fans a peek into married life with Marek as the two spent a fun-filled date night together at a Cirque du Soleil show. She first posted a picture of the pair together at an RV show before posting another snap with Marek as the two grabbed some food at the Pocket Pub in Portland. After 6 wonderful years together, I asked Karen to marry me and she said yes. Matt, 61, exclusively told People. Our plan is to enjoy our engagement, and we are looking forward to a simple but elegant wedding in